Hey RezaieStrong followers, Salim Rezaie here, and this video is going to be on the last realm of personal growth that RezaieStrong covers, and that's on spiritual growth. And I've titled this Spiritual But Not Religious, and the reason I've done that is because I'm going to talk about this from a personal standpoint, but by no means is my personal beliefs meant to tell others that this is the way you should be doing it. I think we should all be respectful of others' thoughts and ideas on faith, and I think it's important to have more conversation about it. But at the end of the day, let's talk about what the two have in common and why I choose to be spiritual but not religious. So what do spirituality and religion have in common? And I think it's a simple question, which is, what does it mean? And it refers to life. And so I think both help give life meaning, right? It gives us a sense of purpose, something greater to believe in. Now, where I find it to be slightly different is spirituality doesn't blindly follow a particular way of practicing a faith. Now, I have to tell you that I do believe in a greater power, but I don't also presume to know which way is the best way to show that belief. This is the way I show that belief. And the reason I choose to be spiritual and not religious is that it is my belief that faith is either passed down to us from family, so we're born into it, or it's bestowed upon us based on where we're born or raised. So for example, my parents are both from the Middle East. They both are Muslim. My brother and I were born in the United States. They chose to raise us as spiritual but not religious. Would that statement still be a fact if we were both born over in the Middle East? I don't know the answer to that question, but it is the way that it played out. Now, I do think it's important for people who practice religion. It's important to not reject those views because we're never going to find a science experiment that's going to prove to us that there's a better way to practice faith over another. I think what's more important is that we have faith, and the way we choose to practice that faith is an individual decision. And so I love talking about religion and spirituality. One of my best friends is Catholic, and we have conversations all the time about Catholicism and spirituality. And I always feel better for the conversation, and I always feel more enlightened. I also just feel better as a person, just happier. And at the end of the day, whichever way you choose to believe in that greater power, they're both trying to do the same thing ultimately, which is we're seeking more in life, right? A greater meaning. Simply put, whether you are spiritual or you're religious, both are looking for something more in this world, right? Otherwise, what's the point of being a human and being alive? Spiritual but not religious. This is from my personal standpoint. Again, not trying to cram anything down anybody's throat, not trying to say anybody who does something different is wrong. I think it's important to have faith. I think it's important to continue to push ourselves to grow in that realm of life. If others have thoughts, comments, or questions, I would love to hear them. It will always come from a respectful place. And thank you for tuning in. Until next time.